Hey there, I'm Gabriel Trujillo, Solution Architect for NodeSource, and today we're gonna see an introduction to JavaScript. What will we be learning today, you might ask? Well, we'll be learning what JavaScript is and why it is a good fit for event-driven programming. We'll be understanding the JavaScript strengths and weaknesses. And finally, we'll be learning what V8 is and what role it plays. Let's get down to business. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is also known by its standard name ECMAScript. It is a prototype-based dynamic scripting language. It's a multi-paradigm and supports object-oriented, imperative, and functional programming styles. And it treats functions as first-class citizens. That's one of its coolest features. A little bit of history. It was created back in 1995 by Brendan Eich at Netscape Communications Corporation. I still remember Netscape Navigator. It was awesome. It was standardized in 1997 by ECMA International under the ECMA 262 specification. Then, the third edition of the standard was released in 1999, and it was called ECMAScript 3 or ES3. The fifth edition was released in 2009, called ES5. The sixth was released in June 2015, and it was called ECMAScript 6 or ECMAScript 2015. And later on, yearly, new versions are released. We're currently under the ECMAScript 2020 release. Mark Andreessen decided that Netscape should embed a programming language, but that language must look like Java for business reasons. So why two languages? Why not just Java? They serve different audiences. That's the answer. So, skimmish, first-class function, and selfish prototypes were the main ingredients. Java influenced primitive versus object distinction, lowercase string versus capital S string. Bringing interaction to the browser was inspired by Hypercard-like functionality. Brendan Eich created JavaScript in only 10 days. He one time said, "I still think of it as a quickie love child of C and self." And other times said, "The part that is good, it is not original. And the part that is original is not that good." There was a confusion in the JavaScript name. It was originally developed as a codename Mocha, but released as LiveScript in Netscape Navigator in September 1995. In December of that same year, in version 2.0 v3, Netscape changed the name to JavaScript. But that name change broadly coincided with Netscape adding Java support. Later on, Microsoft reverse engineered Netscape's JavaScript and released it as JavaScript in IE3. I don't like E3 at all. Adobe Flash released Actionscript in 1996. Actionscript, it's not JavaScript, but it was a very close cousin of it. You might ask, why JavaScript? Well, JavaScript is the main language of the browser. And it is so because it is well suited to the event-driven programming model, because it is functional by nature and functions are first-class citizens. See this code snippet. Inside the event listener, a second argument, we have function. This function has internal code that can be used as a callback. Let's talk about V8. V8 is Google's open source JavaScript engine. It was written in C++ and it's used mainly in Google Chrome, but also on other engines like Chromium and Edge. Node.js is powered by V8, and the current version implements 99% of ECMAScript features as of today. You can check the ECMAScript support for browsers and compilers here. And also the ECMAScript support for Node in this URL. The head of the big project was Lars Bak. He developed a programming environment for self and enhanced the JVM at some microsystems with Hotspot. He also implemented high-performance virtual machines with both Smalltalk and Java. He is known as a JavaScript expert. If you want to know more about JavaScript, I suggest you to go to these learning resources. The most important of them is MDN, also called the JavaScript Bible, that you can check here. Thank you. Talk to you next time.